Alright, so welcome to TV1 Australia. Today we have a very special guest from Property Investor Alliance. His name is Justin Wang. So as we've heard before from his beautiful speech and our understanding of investing in properties, I'm just going to give a very quick question for him to kind of give a rundown why property is a must for us to invest. And then I have a few more questions to follow on from the seminar speech that he just gave before. So we're ready? Hi, Justin.
Hi.
So I just wanted to ask you to kind of wrap everything up to get you to answer for us that, why is it a must for us to start investing in property in this day and age? And then we're going to carry on just a few questions in regards to your vision of the future and the current situation that we are in right now globally.
Yeah. Thank you. This is a good question. For my life, living in Sydney for 30 years, for my observation for Sydney residential property, and I'm very confident for this market. It doesn't matter what's happened, even during the GFC, particularly after COVID. I believe the importance of to own your property become more important after the COVID-19 for a few reasons. One is we already know after COVID and so many the asset category actually depressed by this situation. But you can see in a senior residential property, the rental was still very good and the price will start to pick up. There must be some reason behind this. The reason is supply and demand, because this city will lack of the land, will lack of the living space, but the population they keep growth, so demand will push the rent and the price up. So, and I believe when you already suffer, so many people already suffer from other, the loss for other, even for the other asset category, people start to pay attention to the residential property. This is why the market started hot. Another thing is people realize, it doesn't matter what happened. Residential property is our life essence. And life essence is a necessity. You can, go to restaurant less, but however, you need your living space, isn't it? And also interesting is I always promote residential property rather than commercial property, because this times it prove my recommendation is right. Because maybe after COVID, maybe under the revolution of the IT technology, we do not need so many shops. We not necessarily go to our office to work. But however, we need even online shopping, online eating, but however, we need some way to eat, to work, which is our home. So this is why residential property is so beautiful, This is why my confidence from. Yeah. So everyone, if you are talking about my vision, my vision for senior residential property, I'm very positive.
That's awesome. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on how the world will be different after COVID-19 and what are you moving to address that new world? I think that's the question in everyone's mind right now, so we'd love to hear your answer.
I already mentioned that COVID that will bring us some insight. 15 years ago, I started talking to the Chinese community mainly, and to try to wake up. You cannot be so confident, feel comfortable when you have your business ongoing well, you got a job well, you got your income. You say, no, everything's okay, I do not need any investment. But this COVID told us, you can lose your business, you can lose your income instantly, It will never remind you. Suddenly you find in your financial difficulty. But for example, for our client base, we got 12,000 follower. They invest a few $1 billion in residential property in Sydney. What's their financial status? They feel very comfortable. Why? Because the property for the last 15 years bring a tremendous capital for them, the equity for them. Also, the rent even under the stress of the COVID-19, they still can receive a passive income, which is rent. So this is the COVID situation. Really need to wake up everyone. We need to prepare, get some good investment before some unthinkable things happen. Yeah.
So what do you see as the greatest challenge that lies ahead in 2021? The challenges that people could face in terms of like even getting their properties and things? Like what would be the greatest challenges that you see right now, and what would be your wisdom to overcome that?
Okay. Well, when we're talking about like a challenge, okay, people are talking about some challenge out of ourselves, our economy, the policy, what political, the problem. People believe a challenge, but I hold a different way. Okay, this is really changing my life. I come to Australia with lots of challenge. I come here with one luggage. Okay, my challenge is where to find my job. Okay, who are employing me? Okay, I have no money to start my own business, isn't it? All sort of. But I believe the big challenge is our mindset. All right. When the market or economy or everything good, that's just the opportunity for everyone. Everyone like to seize the opportunity. But however, whether you are able to seize the opportunity, if you are able, you are the winner for your life. Okay. If you cannot seize the opportunity for you is meaningless. But in other words, the successful make a difference is when you saw the challenge or difficult, you can turn this challenge, this negative stuff, become positive stuff, then will become true life winner. For example, let's say the COVID is a big challenge. Okay? The challenge is people got trouble for business, job, okay, people under worry. But however, for my understanding, this presents enormous opportunity for smart, wise investor, because the price, for example, today we are able to get some discount or rebate from like the developer, isn't it? If the market is not COVID, I don't think we can get this good price. This is the one, right? Today, you see the bad thing is yes, economy under stress, but the good opportunity is the bank, they charge interest rate for home loan only 2%. As a result, this we call the challenge, difficulty. How can we enjoy 2%? But if you have no idea or have no the courage to seize this 2% for this moment, or seize the price for today, or seize the offer from developer, so this challenge is become true challenge. So the bigger challenge is people's mindset. Change your mindset.
Mindset is the key, guys. So I have a question that I think a lot of people would have would be, how did you identify this was the opportunity? Because a lot of people will right here listen to you and say this is opportunity, but the fear might get them and they don't see this as an opportunity. So how do you get them to see this is the opportunity for them to let their life ahead?
Okay. Oh, sorry, sir. When you say this is the opportunity, it's in general, isn't it?
When you see an opportunity, because you said that to change your life, you got to see opportunity, and so when you see as an opportunity, then you take advantage of it. But what if people don't see this as an opportunity? What would you say to them?
Okay. Actually, opportunity always exists in our life, surround us. But whether you can see the opportunity or seize the opportunity is really dependent. Of course, is what's called the mindset. Mindset, they're very important. For example, I seized the opportunity for last 20 years or more than 20 years for senior residential property. People say, Justin, you good luck. But I can tell you how can I seize this. The first of all, I understand my needs.
Right.
Okay. When I understand the future's crisis, for example, my retirement, my future's finance, they stop with the stress. Okay, will push you to very sensitive for the opportunity. Will push you to seize the opportunity, to seek the opportunity. When you find an opportunity, you will grab it. So many people ignore this opportunity is because they did not understand. They do not understand the need. They do not understand the risk in the future when they get old, when they lost the job. So where's the opportunity? The need, the pressure. all right, you need to understand the future. So what the risk? People suddenly believe the risk always a social with the opportunity, social with the risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Justin, for all of your wisdom and knowledge on property and investment as well. And we are just very honored to have you here and grace us with your presence. And thank you, everybody. Welcome to TV1 Australia. My name is Maggie Tiffan, and today, right now, it is for honoring the International Women's Day. We have 5 beautiful ladies here who will talk about a little bit about their journey. So I'm gonna pass the mic around to let them introduce themselves, a little bit about themselves right now, and then we're gonna carry on with more questions to give you insights and wisdom of why they are here and where they are today. All right, so we're gonna start with you. Would that be okay? Just tell us your name and a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much. My name is Louisa Nifmed, and I'm from the beautiful islands of the Cook Islands. Something about myself, I've been in Australia for the past 20 years, and it's been an interesting journey, being in more like a nomad's land where you really don't know where you're going and everything is new. But being here for 20 years, it's actually built me to be very independent as a woman, and my work background is working among men, because in the operation world or the supply chain world, it's all about men who dominates the workforce. So as a woman working among them, I learned to be tough. You have to, so you can speak up for, to voice out your opinion as a woman. So it's been a great honor, and it's been a journey of a lifetime for being here today. So thank you for that.
No, thank you. Thank you for being here. And please, would you tell us your name and a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Thank you. My name is Mera Salubre. My background is from Philippines. I have 2 kids, and I am in a beauty pageantry where I am the current Mrs. Universe 2020 and Women's Supermodel Universe 2021. The funny thing is, I am also passionate about human rights, and hopefully one day I can get into the politics where I can be a Prime Minister of Australia one day.
Wow.
So it's the 2 intense opposite direction, but that's my passion. Thank you.
No, thank you. Dream big. All right, so we're going to start with you on this side. So please tell us your name and a little bit something about yourself.
Thank you, Maggie. I'm Josie Musa. I'm the founder and president of Adhika Incorporated, and we just actually have the event, the celebration of International Women's Day, just last weekend with the Philippine ambassador and the Philippine consul general with us. And we also have these ladies, empowered ladies. So we have all these speakers from all the, the New South Wales academic world to actually inspire women and share their vision of how we can empower women. So that's the basic, vision and mission of Adhika. But when I speak of Adhika, it's all about the help also of PIA. And then we always have the events annually, and then Vicky is always there for us. And my vision now, or my mission now, is really to encourage the Filipino community to have a team, a task force where Justin, I'm so inspired with Justin's speech last night, which is so empowering. So hope the Filipino community, especially the women, will really be inspired to do something about themselves and to own that particular private living space, as Justin says today. So thank you so much, Vicky and Justin, of course, and PIA, and all the ladies here with us today.
Oh, that's beautiful. We like to be empowered. Okay, so I'm just going to pass the mic on to you. You ready? Tell us, please, your name and something about yourself.
Thank you very much, beautiful Maggie. I'm Margaret. My name is Margaret Nikita Cowan, and I'm also from the Cook Islands. And this is a wonderful opportunity. I'm very grateful, humbled to be here, to be sitting with this multi-millionaire woman next to me. Unbelievable that, you know, her vision is to help us, empower us to also be in her shoes in the future. And I love this saying about women, like the woman is in the home is in the, so is the home in the nation. Yeah. So yes, our respects, honors always to our mothers, our grandmothers who have nurtured us with amazing values that that we possess and you know, show in the world that we are in. I'm a community leader. I have been, in fact, I'm the second female president of the Cook Islands Community Council, and have been for the last 7 years. And of course, like a lot of great people, they just want to make a difference in the world. Yes. You know, I think most of us have that vision to make a difference in the world. Louisa, in fact, is our team leader for our group here for Cook Island investors and landlords now and homeowners. So she's an amazing person. She's also secretary for our council, and she started disappearing in 2019. And I'm wondering, where the heck is my secretary, wandering off and getting lost? But none other than PIA, you know. She found something, she found a gem, she found Justin and Vicky, and has brought a lot of our community members who have changed a lot of families, their future. And we want to keep going to inspire our women, our mothers, and young women as well to be great and successful leaders in the future. So thank you very much, Maggie. Humbled to be here.
Yes. Thank you, Margaret. And last but not least, the most important person on this panel right here, because without her, this wouldn't be possible. So please disclose your name and tell us something about yourself.
Thank you, Maggie, and thank you everyone for coming today. My name is Vicky Chiu, and I am a senior partner of the Property Investor Alliance. I also is a co-founder of the Millionaire magazine and the Australian Business Network here, Australian Millionaire Business Network, as you can see from the backdrop. I used to be an electrical engineer for 13 years. I came from Brunei, which is in Southeast Asia. So my vision is to build people's future. So I discovered PIA 3 years ago. I have an experience in financial planning for 15 years. But one day I woke up and I said, I'm not going to a 9-to-5 job anymore because the job is just overgrown. So I decided to set my boss and join PIA in partnership with Justin Wang to go into the communities and help people who are tenants out there renting to actually come forward and own their own property, ownership. So we have a lot of work to do, and I tap onto the Pacific community, Indian community, Filipino community, many ethnic groups, even Nepalese community. So I just want to share our good knowledge to bring people in here to build their future. Okay? And as you can hear from Justin today, he's given me a lot of education about himself and how he became a multi-millionaire from being a factory worker. can all do the same thing. Yes. So I'm very excited, and we have a lot of projects. And I would like to invite all of you to come to our Australian Multicultural Fashion Festival next Saturday at the Property Investor Alliance 2 Australia Avenue Olympic Park. Thank you.
So, because we learn from those that have gone before us, and our journeys are very similar, so I just wanted to now go the other way, where starting with Vicky, because Vicky has learned from the powerful man, Justin Wang, that I interviewed earlier. So we're gonna pass the mic on to her to see her a little bit about her journey, how she got started in PIA, and then other people will say, oh, that's how I connect with her, and then that's how I can start my own journey. So I'm gonna go now to Mike from the right. So here you go, Vicky. Please tell us, how did you start with PIA?
I started with PIA 3 years ago. I have a friend, a lady friend, who is my model, and I did a fashion show in 2017. And I said to this lady, for you to win the crown, you have to find sponsors. So she went out to find sponsors, and it happened that one of the people in PIA sponsored my fashion show. So after the show, they said, Vicky, you need to come to PIA. I said, no, I'm not interested. But I decided to come so that they can sponsor my next fashion show. And I came in the evening one night about 8 o'clock, and it was unimaginable. We are 24/7, and I meet a lot of people who come to PIA from backgrounds such as a cook, a massager, a teacher, and they tell me their story. They came here 5 years ago to PIA, and now they have such a lot of properties, 14 properties, 8 properties, 10, 20. So what's going on? So I need to know who is Justin Wang, right? So I came and I listened to his seminar, learned from him, and 3 years on now, I have actually, all my people have actually converted them into getting their own property, not only 1, but 2, 3, and 4. It is incredible journey for me, and I'm so passionate. And I even said to Justin, I want to go into the Pacific community to educate them, and then my mission is accomplished, right? So, and I'm very thankful to Louisa, and also for Margaret, to actually educate the community as well, and also Josie, the president of Adhika Association, Mary Rose Salabri. So we have a lot more to work on. Yes. So we are in partnership with the people, with the community, and to build a better future for everybody. Thank you, Maggie.
No, thank you, Vicky. Without you, we wouldn't be here, would we? All right, so I'm going to pass the mic on to you, Margaret, and you tell us how you got started with PIA.
Yes, well, and all point fingers to this woman here, as you know, she started disappearing from our council, and then PIA came along, and she was so passionate. I just wanted to know what she's passionate about, you know, because I am in my community. There's a lot of firsts that I have done, you know, and she was the first in this one. But the Lord works in mysterious ways, yes. You know, and so when she came to PIA, she brought us in, and then I started seeing what she was passionate about. And then I related that to the crisis in our own community as well, the lack of knowledge, you know, which is some of the, I think, points that Justin put out, knowledge, fear, yes. Of, you know, venturing into something new, something different. But to have our own, from our own community, in this, on this platform, made it a little bit easier for us to come in. And as a leader, you have to lead by example. You cannot preach and not practice, you know.
Right.
And so Luisa pushed. There's 5 of us in our team, Katiano, John, Mama Rosa, we all came in, and the youngest one, James, only 20, that's our team. And, we had to lead by example so that we can preach to our community. It's no point you saying something, you need to be healthy and you're not healthy. You need to be fit, So the crisis in our community I see is that our New Zealand citizenship, I think everybody knows about our, those who came to Australia after 2001 can never become permanent residents and therefore never be able to get any form of assistance. But I leave those assistance to the categories of disability and elderly, But for the future, we are going to head into crisis if we do not take on this opportunity that Justin has built for us. I'm from the islands. I'm surrounded by coconut trees. So I see the analogy of coconut trees, planting coconut trees for the future of our generations. I went back home to my father's island, and my grand auntie said to me, "You see all those coconut trees there?" "Yes, auntie. Your great-great-grandfather, planted those."
Yeah, right.
And I see that analogy here. And I want our community to feel secure in the future, that property is another way, another form of securing our living space and our financial future for our community. But then again, just as we are understanding this part, Justin throws another thing in. And then I see another analogy, which is the Property Agency Alliance is another platform Justin is creating for the next 15 years. So I see this analogy as a plantation of taro patch. Taro patch, if you've never worked on taro patch, Justin's prepared the taro patch for you. He's cleaned it, he's prepared it, he's even gone and bought the taro to plant in.
Yes.
And it's all up to each one of us to work hard, to plant your taro patch, to secure your future. And look after your taro patch for yourself. These are all our taro patches. I see it in, that's how I can relate.
Yes.
And feel that I belong in, it's working for me. I don't know, maybe someone can relate to this, but thank you very much, Maggie. Yeah?
No, thank you. I like the analogy of the coconut trees. It is the modern coconut trees, if you don't understand. Okay, and JC, would you please tell us how did you get started in PIA?
PIA. Okay, just that basic question. Here comes Vicky. Oh my God, she has been bothering me for I think a year or so before I get into PIA. Can you imagine the sacrifice she has done for me? Just encouraging me, educating me. See, I'm in the education sector. I work with youth at UTS, but still, the property is like very new to me. It's been a journey, Vicky, and now, of course, we are one of the investors with using the PIA model, and my husband, of course, is under the leadership, of course, of Vicky. Okay, the partnership, and we help. I'm so happy to say this, that we help young people in the community as young as 19, 20 years old to get a property, right, Vicky? Yes. So that's what I think my legacy and then my inspiration also. I'm telling all those young people there that, okay, you can really own if you really want to, yes. Okay, by abiding or complying with the PIA model, which Justin Wang is actually sharing to us. So that's me, okay? Now, I realized that I should have started long time ago. But now, we started again. Yes. Thank you so much for that.
No, thank you. Well, they say that the last time, or the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the next best time is now. So you're doing great. It's all about time. It's never about timing. Remember?
Thank you.
I do listen. All right. So I'm going to pass the mic on to you, and you tell us, how did you get started with PIA?
Again, we have to blame Vicky for this. She's the responsible person. I met Vicky in 2014 when I first launched my Australasia. She sponsored, but she went to Singapore. When she came back, she met me, and then we got involved with the motives and blah blah. I was already in the property that time, investing, but not really active. So I think someone brought me to PIA about a year and a half ago, but my mind was wandering around. The platform is fantastic, but because I'm already investing with few properties, so I said to myself, I'm just gonna make myself out there rather than going to everybody's house and try to say the platform. So because I'm involved with the charity, pageantry and human rights or whatever, I'm out there everywhere. Then I got involved to some other companies, and Vicky is actually saying, Mary Rose, you have to come with us, because actually the TV1 is also my group, Mike is also my business partner. We do a lot of things together, and I'm the only one that is astray somewhere else. So they're blaming me. Why are you there? You're so far away from us. So I keep thinking, yeah, that's right. Why am I somewhere else? So eventually I joined Vicky, and thank you so much for convincing me day and night. and she's very lenient with me. I said to her, look, I don't really have to be there, right? But I'll go there anytime I want to. She's got me an office, and I go there sometimes in my own time. So that's fantastic, and I could see so much why you're so passionate, because you want to help the community, the others. For me, I could see as well that if you're a parent, you have to secure your children's future. And I could see how Justin explaining earlier that there is no security, but the only thing to secure is your living space. In the future, we don't know what's going to happen, but if we start now, especially for I don't care about myself, it's my kids, and the generation is the most important thing. And if we can implement that to a lot of women out there, whether you're a single mom or whatsoever, widowed or separated, do it. This is the time. Speak to us, and I think a lot of Filipinos, Indians, Nepalese, whatever culture you are, come and talk to us. We might be able to guide you in the right way, right manner, and hopefully that we can actually inspire you, empower you, and to be a millionaire one day. My vision is, I want to start. I know I started from yesterday, but I can start again to make myself and make myself as an example to those women out there, and hopefully I can achieve that in the future. Thank you.
You will achieve it, no doubt. Okay, so I want to ask you, is Vicky the person that you claim to get you, how you got started with PIA?
Yes. Actually, thank you, Maggie. Actually, my story is quite different. Margaret, the president of the
Just pointing fingers.
Association here in Sydney, called me one afternoon, and she said, you know, I will be in the country, I'll be going back to the Cook Islands at this time, but there is a meeting for the Pacific Island leaders here in Sydney to be held at this location, at this office. I was so excited because it was to do with the properties, and I said, wow, I'm in, without even giving it a thought, and I was working that day. So I had a good excuse to not go to work. Because I wanted to attend this Pacific Island meeting here. So I went to PIA for the first time to represent our Cook Island community, to be there to attend this meeting, which I had no idea what it was all about. But the only thing I remember was property. So that's the first, I remember it was in 2018 in November. And that's when I first met Justin Wang. And just to enter that building, if you haven't been to Olympic Park, 2 Australia Avenue, please do come over there. It's very different, you know, just standing outside is so welcoming that's how I felt. Even though I didn't know who I was meeting, and I didn't even know anyone in that group. So I walked in and I'm thinking, oh wow, this is awesome. Okay, what's next? So we had this beautiful community members, and we had a meeting, and Justin came and did the presentation, and showed the platform to us. I was fascinated there, and the most important part that I remember leaving that day was, I have spent a couple of hours with a multi-millionaire. what an opportunity for Pacific Island, a Cook Island girl from a small island, spending this moment with a multi-millionaire. I was over the moon. And then he had this PowerPoint slide on some trees, similar to what Margaret was talking about, the coconut trees. So it was, he had this, you know when you sow the seeds, like the bean seeds, and then when it sprouts out, and then from that seed it sprouts out and it just grows. And I remember that perfectly well. But at that point in time, I saw my people, I saw my families, I saw my friends, and I thought, oh my gosh, it was like I was almost in tears because I saw the opportunity there for them.
It's beautiful.
And I saw that this is what we've been waiting for. This is what our people, my people, have been working so hard for 30 years, for so many years. And I see how hardworking we are, our Pacific Islanders. I always relate to our Pacific Islanders. How hardworking we are. Since I've been here, I've seen them wake up. We go through that in life. We wake up in the morning, go to work, and every day, and some people I meet 10 years later, they're still doing the same thing. They're still living that same life. And when I saw that, like, I actually made calls that night. I called everyone and anyone I could think of. But the thing was, I didn't have that much knowledge about PIA. All I told them was, hey, this is a great opportunity for you and for anyone in our families. Please, let's make an arrangement to have a sit. Come and listen to come to our meeting. Come, I'll organize something. I didn't know how, but I just called everyone. But the thing is, we leave our islands, we leave our homeland to come here to better our living. There is always that reason for us to leave, to make things better for ourselves, and even to send money home. And when we get here, we're stuck because we have lots of bills to pay. It's a different lifestyle completely. We're stuck in this, 9-to-5 job or even 6 to midnight jobs. And we're stuck and we're too busy paying the bills, but we forget the main reason why we came here. And this was a fabulous opportunity I saw for my people, and that's why I'm still here. And after meeting Vicky, oh my gosh, I wanted, initially, to tell you the truth, I wanted to run away. But I thank you for Vicky for being who she is. For being like, Louisa, you have to do this, come on. And we need those people like Vicky around to drive us, to keep us focused on why we initially remained in PIA. And I thank you, Vicky, for believing in me, even though at times I want to hide and lock myself in the office.
Which is true.
She'll find us for that, and really, appreciate what Justin has laid out for us. He's done everything. PIA had done everything for us, and we actually don't have to do anything. Even selling the property it's already done it. It's doing it themselves. We're just here to bring our people and friends to make a difference for everyone in Sydney, for anyone in Australia, and that's why I'm here. And for Justin, he's such a humble man.
He is.
I've never seen, I wish my bosses are like that, but they're not. And but Justin, he's so giving. And to open the platform to us Pacific Islanders, it's just fabulous. Thank God. I'm forever grateful for his kindness, because when I first came in 2018, all I saw around me was Chinese. I was like, oh wow, this is actually a Chinese, dominating office here. But when they said, hey, there's English, I think they call it the English training class. English team. Wow, I was in it. I'm going. you know, so there's free training provided. Where would you go for free training? And this is wisdom, the knowledge that you can learn from, you know, free training from Justin and the resources that PIA gives. And he continues to do that, even being here for 2 hours. You know, to see a multimillionaire speak at any public speaking, we're talking about $10,000 to even pay to go and watch them. But for Justin, it's free of charge. Thank you so much, Ian.
Wow. I'm going to keep you continue talking because that was powerful, and I wanted to, for myself and other people to hear a little bit more about your property journey because you told us how you got started. So just a little bit about the property journey with PIA.
Oh wow, okay, property journey. I bought about 12 years ago, and for me it was home, and I was done. I wasn't gonna do anything else. I wasn't gonna buy or invest. But when I came to PIA, the platform they had was buy and rent. And there was more opportunities, like, you know, when one door opens, there's always, you know, an opportunity, but then you have to be prepared to see it. Opportunities may come by, but if you don't see it, then you miss out. Since I've been with PIA, I've been able to, from my own property, to claw out the equity to get another 2. Actually, I started off with 1 property, which I went to Melbourne to buy because I was told I couldn't afford it here. That's before PIA. But after PIA, I've managed to buy another 2 properties that's already on rental since late last year, and looking forward to another 2 properties with PIA. So the journey of property ownership and investment is unstoppable. But again, like I said, it's, you just have to focus on that and build yourself for the generation after you. So, and from with achieving that, being a team leader, we came up with the name 18 Millionaires, and I've had 5 consultants, qualified Cert 1 consultants with me, which is Margaret Cowan, John Bishop, Tatiana Paulo, and Rosa Dona, and James Ward. And one of the aim was, if you're going to be part of my team, you're going to be a property owner. So after at least 6 months in being with me, they all became landlords. And that's what we continue to do with in PIA, to make landlords, make everyone become landlords and investors. So thank you.
No, thank you. We're just gonna go to you and just gonna ask you a little bit about your journey and where do you see yourself in 10 years' time?
10 years time. All right. I've started my property back in 2008, which was, well, I think I bought my property in 2006, which was in Montreal, and bought one in Ryde, and bought one in Roses. So I had a few. However, my mind was lingering around. I think you have to be ready with everything you do.
Yeah.
So now I realized myself that if I focused then, well, properties was only $250 for a house in Rose Hill. Now, easily it's 1.5. So I blamed myself, like just saying what he was saying. If I could have just focused myself and bought that time, I would have been a millionaire by now. But sometimes we learn from our own mistake. So you just take it as a journey and you become a stronger person. So I've got 3 right now, and how do I see myself in 10 years' time? I think with Vicky's guidance, we are going to have a strategy. I've got at least a $3 million property where there's half of that is my equity. So I could probably buy 5 with that equity, and hopefully I will skyrocket. I hope so with Vicky's guidance. So Vicky will find strategies and guide me, and hopefully I could actually empower others out there to maybe start from one. Especially, I keep hammering about the parents because I want their children's future to be secured. And There's nothing else more important when you have kids is to secure their future, their education, and to have a property. Because imagine yourself, in 20 years' time, do you think these children will be able to pay the rent? But if you buy your property right now, these children will be secure. So please, everybody, I know that you guys are still sleeping because it's cold and it's raining. Then keep on sleeping if you don't want your kids to be out there. I think I would like to encourage you guys to even just message me. I'll get Vicky to talk to you. She's gonna be she's difficult, but I understand why she's difficult. She's very strong, but sometimes you need that to encourage yourself. She won't drive you crazy. But even if she drives you crazy, it's for your own benefit. It's for your own future, for your kids. I think parents, please get up and message us, whether me or Vicky, and let's just build our kids' future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, beautiful. Now we're on the right-hand side. So Josie, just tell us a little bit about your journey and where do you see yourself in 10 years' time now that you've started this property journey?
Thank you, Maggie. In 10 years' time, I could see myself having the best retirement days, I think, because of these properties. Okay, and I would like to inspire, of course, and empower again the youth, especially the youth. Even if you are just starting your work, you can actually do it. Yes. Why? Because we did it already. So out there first. See, if you have, like Mary Rose was saying about parents with equity, use that equity. Do not sleep that equity in the bank. Use it for your children, for your kids to start. That's one. And think of the time. Now is the time, as Justin says it many, many times, because you can have the signal. That was, we learned last night, that the signal is really going up. Everybody knows it, even the banks, even everyone else. It's now the signal to really start buying. Buy it now. Secure the price today. Then after a few years, you have that equity, and you can use it again. That's how you journey with properties. Okay, so see, for me, I'm on almost retirement age, but still I'm happy to really share and empower everyone, especially our community. Thank you, Vicky, for all this education and all the, the sharing of what we did for this journey.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you. Okay, Margaret, just a little bit about the property journey that you've been on PIA, and where do you see yourself in 10 years' time?
Sure, thanks. I guess I just want to point out some aspects in my journey in buying property. This is my first property. So that word emotional came into play, and I said to Vicky, I don't like my unit. I don't like the neighbors. They da-da-da-da-da-da. And Vicky sat back in her chair and she said to me, Margaret, don't be emotional. It's only an ATM machine. It's only a coconut tree. 10 years from today, there's a saying, great parents are like great leaders. All they want to do is to give their children the best, and also to ensure that their children achieve much more than they can ever imagine for themselves. So in 10 years' time, I want to see our Cook Islands community, owning their own taro patch, owning their own coconut trees. In 10 years' time, that's what to have more than we can ever imagine that they can achieve, to live the life that they deserve. As Risa was saying, we're all very hardworking, to live the life that they are very capable of living. So in 10 years' time, yes, we want to see our people making a difference in their lives, and therefore having that security, confidence that their future will be a bright one. You know, so that's the most important thing I'd like to see in the next 10 years. So, and also I'd like to always acknowledge this Mama, we call her Mama Vicky, you know, and for her encouragement and her strength, just being Vicky.
Yes.
Yeah, that's just it, you know. So thank you very much again. Yeah, enjoy this.
No, thank you. So we're going to close on Vicky, which is, I think, is a perfect person to close on in this interview. I know that you've started, I think, the earliest out of everyone here. Just tell us your journey has been so far. What's maybe your best aspects, and where do you see yourself in 10 years' time? How many more millions of people will you be impacting? Please let us know.
Thank you, Maggie. I see for myself in 10 years' time building my family first. I have 4 sons, 2 grandsons, and one coming up in July, another son. So I have 4 sons, 3 grandsons. I haven't got a daughter.
All sons.
You can adopt me.
Yes. But my daughter-in-law is very beautiful. I come from a multicultural background.
Yeah.
My father is Singaporean. My mother is Malaysian. I'm a Bruneian as well as an Australian. My brother is British, living in England. My sister is living in Switzerland. So I have British and Swiss nieces and nephew. My daughter-in-law is Indonesian.
Wow.
My first daughter-in-law is Korean.
Wow.
So most of my
Very multicultural, isn't it?
education, most of my education is in England. I was there for more than 7.5 years. So for me, in 10 years' time, I want to build multi-millionaires. So in 10 years' time, we come back to all my clients, to all my friends, and I said, what is your investment portfolio today? And in 10 years' time, what it will be your investment portfolio? So I want people to see what is at the end of the rainbow. Begin your journey today, so that you can see in 10 years' time what you want. So let us reflect on today in 2031. Just imagine you are now in 2031. How do you see yourself?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
How many
Properties.
ATM machines have you built? So always in my presentation, I always said nothing is impossible, and it is very affordable to get into this investment portfolio. So that's why I'm always very passionate. Everybody is a yes. There's no no's.
Correct.
But the more no's you get, the more yeses there will become. Okay, it's only in the mindset. So I'm very thankful as well for God. He's the greatest, okay,
Yes.
above all.
Amen.
So yeah, and if you fear anything, fear is the journey to happiness. You need to get rid of your fear and just move, keep moving and keep moving. So today, I always say it's a bright future. Every day is a bright day. Every day is a bright day. We have to be happy. So we need to retire. We need to be happy, right? And help others.
Yeah.
And be very forgiving and kind, you know. Yeah. And I want to see all my children be multi-millionaires too.
Yes.
And always go on holiday, enjoy life.
Yes.
Life is too short.
Yes, that's true.
Yes? Yes. So very, very passionate, and I have a lot of projects as well. That's why I built the Multicultural Business Center. And we are going to get a lot of ambassadors in Multicultural to come, and we're going to educate the community. But I cannot do it on my own. I need all of you to help me with this journey,
Teamwork.
this massive journey. Right? Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. That was quite emotional for me because I think, you know, being the women of today, it's very, I think the idea of it is to retire the image of us just being domesticated and not doing anything for ourselves, and to be able to build our own life up and having the wealth that we deserve, not relying on anybody, so that we can actually live the life that we want. And I think that's so powerful for all the women out there. And I'm really, really honored to be standing, or not sitting here amongst you all, and to feel empowered and hopefully inspire all the women out there to say that you can actually go and grab your own lives and don't have to marry a husband to stay at home so that he can take care of you. Because once you have your own financial freedom and your own life in your hands, that man will respect you, or you deserve the one that really does, and you don't have to rely on anybody else. And I think that's the most important thing, and I'm so grateful and thankful for you all being here to show us the example, because leaders lead from the front, not from behind. Thank you.